26, 2019 regular meeting of the Hawthorne City Council is called to order. It is now 6:02 p.m. And I'm going to ask, the November 26th meeting is called to order with all members present except Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Talita, who are excused. Melissa Siegel will do the invocation tonight, and we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Haydar Awad. Please stand.
Dear God, we thank you so much for this day, and we thank you for this opportunity that we get to gather. We just pray that you be with the council and give them wisdom as they make decisions. Thank you for each and every person that's here, and bless us this Thanksgiving. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Molly, the city clerk is not here. The judge is not here.
Madam Clerk, please read the guidelines for oral communications.
During oral communications, speakers shall have 3 minutes to state their business. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from providing a detailed response or acting upon any items not contained on the agenda. The governing bodies as a body shall have the discretion at the close of oral communications to refer your remarks to the city manager for study, investigation, report, and/or recommendation.
I have no speaker cards. Is there anyone who would like to address these bodies?
Do we have some?
Name is Gordon Michael Migo, native and resident of Hawthorne since October the 8th, 1952. I'm going to keep it brief. I want to, if you can imagine that, I want to wish everyone here, there, and everywhere a very happy Thanksgiving and a safe holiday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually do have 2 speaker cards. Daniel Granados from the Hawthorne Library.
Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to share a few programs that we have coming up at the library. In February 2020, Saturday, February 22nd, in partnership with the LA County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs, we'll be hosting a Small Business Saturday. This is basically a 2-hour workshop for anyone who's interested in starting a small business in LA County. A couple weeks ago, we started a new program, which is called an Aging Mastery Program. What that is, it's a series of 10 different programs for older adults with different topics in each session that help them plan for the rest of their lives. There's nothing this week, but next week, on Wednesday, we have a financial planner coming to give advice and strategies on how to make the most of money in retirement. That's at 11 o'clock, Wednesday the 4th. Friday the 6th, we have the LA County Department of Mental Health coming to discuss how to take medications properly, store them, and keep track of multiple medications, medication management for older adults. And then on Wednesday, December 11th, we have a licensed attorney coming to talk about advanced planning, so the legal and financial steps they should take to plan for their later lives. That's Wednesday the 11th at 11 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Carrie Holland.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Valentine and council members. My name is Carrie Holland. I'm here with my husband, Jim. We are both your One Legacy ambassadors. Our mission is to save and heal lives by sharing the gift of life and delivering the message of organ, eye, and tissue donation. We came tonight to follow up with an email we sent a couple weeks ago about participating in the First Look event on Wednesday, December 11th of this year. This event gives you the opportunity to see the Donate Life float up close. This year's overall theme for the Rose Parade is the power of hope. Hope is more than simply the possibility of fulfillment. Hope is dignity and respect, joy and happiness, aspiration and achievement. Hope never, ever quits. Through hope, we can aspire to be our best and in turn inspire those around us to reach higher. The Donate Life float theme is light in the darkness. The float highlights the power of unity, love, light, as celebrated during the Southeast Asia's Festivals of Lights, a celebration of light shining in the darkness. The many lives touched by donation embody the hope inherent in this festival. 26 living donors or transplant recipients ride or walk beside the float. There will be 44 memorial floral portraits honoring the gift of life and light given by organ, eye, and tissue donors. The front of the float features colorful rangola, intricate circular designs made of rice and flowers created to adorn the entrance of a home. These rangoli will house thousands of individually dedicated roses to honor those who have saved and healed lives through the power of organ, eye, and tissue donation. 2 brass oil lamps feature traditional peacock designs and are accompanied by 3 majestic peacocks, symbol of new life. My connection to Donate Life is from the receiving and giving aspect of donation. It's amazing how one phone call can change your life in a direction you never imagined. In 2009, when I was out of town taking care of my father, I received a phone call from Jim telling me he needed a liver transplant. Jim did receive his liver from a stranger in 2011. In 2016, I received a phone call from my sister telling me my baby brother Marty did not wake up that morning. Marty became a hero because he was able to save 2 strangers' lives when he donated his kidneys. We are thankful for Jim's donor and happy that my brother was able to give a second chance at life to his recipients. You just never know when and if you will be touched by organ, eye, and tissue donation. The program begins at 10 a.m., but we encourage you to arrive early to enjoy the breakfast being served starting at 9 a.m. You will also get an opportunity to visit with other council members from other cities located in Southern California. You can have up to 4 participants, and we hope that you will be able to join us on December 11th to represent the city of Hawthorne. You can RSVP to us tonight or respond to the email I sent previously. The deadline to respond is December 4th. Thank you for your time and have a happy Thanksgiving.
And you provide that name and address of the location again, please?
I don't have the address on me, but it's in Irwindale. I can resend the information to you tonight
Please.
via your email.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Jim has something for you guys, too.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to address these bodies? If not, if there are...
Hold on.
Hi.
Thank you.
My name is Danielle Bradford. This is my sister Victoria, and we represent Shoes for Our Youth. It's a nonprofit organization run by my family. We started this because of the lack of the need and the lack of shoes for some of the youth in our neighborhood. And so what we're doing is we're having a shoe collection on Saturday at Olivet Lutheran Church at 2506 West Imperial, and we came to invite you all there. We just ask that you bring new or gently used shoes so that we can we'll clean them up and then we'll be handing them out. This event is going to be hosted by David Patterson, the Hawthorne City Treasurer. This is also my sister. And we just wanted to know if we could, we'd like to leave some flyers, and we also like to leave a box that we have here to collect some shoes if there are people who'd like to donate. And is there something you want to say as well? I just told them who we are. You want to say something?
Oh, hi. So I just got off work. But I'm the founder of the nonprofit, and we just come from a background of a family that loves shoes, but we also see the need for children that don't have shoes. And especially, I'm a social worker, so a lot of the kids that come into our office don't have clothes or shoes, or we see them when we pick them up, and either they're wearing shoes that are too small or that are just tattered. So we feel like, as well as a lot of the kids at school get bullied for not having the proper shoes or the latest shoes. So if we can be a blessing to someone by providing them just with a proper pair of shoes, I don't know if you all feel the same, but when I get a nice pair of shoes, my confidence is boosted, and we just want to give kids the same experience that we have. And although it may come easy to some of us, it doesn't for all. So we just want to be a blessing to others in the community.
Thank you for that. Leave your flyers
To the chair.
in the back and your box outside in the lobby. Just make sure everybody knows what it's for.
Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
gonna ask,
Label it.
To the chair, may I, what time is the event again on Saturday?
Sorry, it starts at 10 to 5
10 to
on
5.
Saturday.
And you guys are taking all kinds of shoes, not just tennis shoes?
All types of
Okay.
shoes.
Right,
The shoes that even aren't as good, we work with another program where we will recycle those shoes, and so that helps to benefit as well to get better shoes.
All shoes, all sizes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no objection, I'll declare oral communications closed, so ordered.
Through the chair, I would like to introduce our new planning director, Mayor Pro Tem. Our HR 4-month recruitment efforts was successfully concluded, and we have now Mr. Greg Sugiochi as our new planning director. Greg, would you stand up? He's a great U.S. Army veteran, participated in the Desert Shield Storm Gulf War and also Operation Just Cause Invasion of Panama. Greg is also a past assistant city manager with City of Rosemead, and he was a planning director for many years in City of Lawndale. So would you welcome him to our city as our new planning director?
Yes, please. Welcome, and please call on us for anything, any assistance that we may give, and we'll be sure to call on you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Madam Clerk, may we have your consent calendar, please?
Mayor Pro Tem, I have 7 items on my consent calendar for your approval. Item 5, approval of City Council minutes for the regular meeting of October 22nd, 2019. Item 6, approval of waiver of full readings of resolutions and ordinances on tonight's agenda. Item 7, City Treasurer requests approval of the warrants. Item 9, Resolution 8145, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne amending and updating administrative citation schedule for various violations of the Hawthorne Municipal Code. Item 10, Resolution 8150, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne authorizing, approving, and ratifying the submittal and receipt of SB2 Planning Grants Program funds. Item 11, Resolution 8151, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne approving a side letter agreement between the City of Hawthorne and the Hawthorne Executive Group, amending the Memorandum of Understanding between the City and the HEG effective July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2020. Item 12, Resolution 8153, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving the formation of the City of Hawthorne 2020 Complete Count Committee for adoption.
I'm gonna move, but I want to have question on the 9, on the resolution number 9.
And I'd like to pull number 10. So I'll entertain a motion to approve all other items other than 9 and 10.
So move.
Second, please.
Second.
Please vote. Number 9.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Ms. Valentine. So to Russell. Go on page number
okay.
8 of the attachment.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we didn't vote.
Please
Yeah.
vote. We didn't vote.
Sorry.
Did you vote?
Yeah,
No, yeah.
The light's not on.
not registered.
No, it is because she's an emergency.
Oh.
Were you pulling 9 or 10?
9. You did 10.
Okay, I'm gonna,
Vargas' light on?
Release the
Then later on, you can just say,
I wanted to talk about 9 too, so
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, she voted the largest response. Release it. Pop up right. Like if you let the Goes out.
Oh, there we go.
So they put Vargas in. Due to the switch name up. So turn that one off. Okay. His name's gonna be.
What happened to?
I think you would have to
Okay.
do it from your seat.
Are we, pardon me? Are we all set now?
I can't figure out how to work it. It's not gonna,
Reset. Oh.
as you're sitting in his seat.
So what do I need to do?
Oh,
You can vote from-
you need to vote from
Your seat.
Okay.
It was on the technical. Meeting. Then you can leave it the same. Yeah.
Okay.
And now revote.
We don't have 4, though. We don't have 4.
So Vargas. Oh, you have to reset the vote.
Yeah, reset. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we vote.
Now we do it.
Okay,
There you
great.
go. Get in there.
Okay, announce it, Diana. Announce it.
The vote reflects Mayor Pro Tem and City Council voting yes, with Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Toledo excused. That
Okay.
concludes my consent calendar, Mayor Pro Tem.
So I need to amend something I said before because I said I was pulling 10. Actually, I wanted to pull 9 as well as Councilmember Montero. So can we go ahead and vote on number 10 and then we'll discuss 9?
So move.
Second.
Please vote. Not on number 10 alone.
Okay. The vote reflects Mayor and Council voting yes, with Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Toledo excused.
Okay, well, we want to talk about number 9? Let's go
Yes.
ahead.
All right, thank you. To Russell. On page 8, right, when you have the abandoned building, and so how did we came up with those fees? Is that the law? Is it that the state of California does not is allowed to increase those fees?
Yes, it's based on statute. It's not like we can say 10,000 for each offense, but it's a continuing offense, so it's a daily offense. Each offense is separate.
Okay. And then just go back on page 10, the same on the blight property, right? And blight vacancy. So those also is the same as the statute. We cannot increase.
Yes, we can't just arbitrarily come up with $10,000 for every offense. You know, it's got to be based basically on the offense itself.
So we could not establish a fee basis on the square footage of the building.
I guess a fee is not the correct word. It's actually a penalty.
A penalty, yeah.
Yes. It doesn't mean that we still can't collect for the investigation and the research time spent by staff, which is in addition to this penalty.
So basically, if a house only has so much square footage versus 80 acres, they'll still pay the same amount of penalties.
Yes, but it depends on each case is judged on its own merits.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you separately that there are some big parcels of property that are paying hefty penalties as we speak.
All right. All right. Thank you. That's it.
Yes, I wanted to also comment on this resolution. So we're updating the administrative citation general bail schedule to add in penalty amounts for violation of new provisions of the code. I want to highlight that one of these is the one for blighted vacancies, which Councilmember Montero just spoke of. I've had numerous complaints from residents concerning certain properties in Hawthorne that are blighted and that create an eyesore. At the last council meeting, we passed Ordinance 2192, which provided that properties will be considered a public nuisance if they create a significant adverse visual impact or substantially contribute to the dilapidated or deteriorated appearance of a neighborhood. Tonight's Resolution 8145 provides a fine for blighted vacancies, and if they are prosecuted as misdemeanors, the fine will be $1,000 or possibly even jail time if, of not more than 6 months. And these properties exist both in the commercial and residential areas. We believe this will add teeth to our enforcement efforts, and we are putting property owners on notice that they must take this seriously because we will be enforcing these violations. And we will be prosecuting them as misdemeanors if they're not taken seriously by the property owners. Thank you.
Councilmember Montero, it should also be noted that this doesn't include the other tools of enforcement that we have, which include going to court to get a receivership, in which in the past 4 years we've already had 5 receivers appointed, and we've had 5 houses actually sold, cleaned up and sold, and completely changed the neighborhood because of that.
So basically, you know, if they violate, especially those violated, that the third fine could be $1,000 every day, right?
Yes, in fact, the basis for receiving the receivership is that repeated
Offenses.
ignoring these citations and doing nothing about it.
Okay.
Through the chair, so yeah, it was. I'm glad that it's finally coming to light. We've been working on this quite some time, and you're right. It's finally giving us teeth to a lot of the blighted areas. And as Russell mentioned, there is movement already because the fact that now the landowners, especially on commercial side and residential side, know that Hawthorne's coming in and we're coming in heavy. It's like we mentioned before, it's not anti-business. It's not supposed to stop businesses from coming in. It does the opposite. You're encouraging a foundation of economic growth by tearing down or having some of these empty buildings either rebuilt or, you know, have somebody inside. The receivership program, as you said now, what's nice about this new bill is now that we can associate all the city fees and all the missed fees as a lien towards the property, and then the city can then go after and acquire all their funds back. But we never had that kind of push towards these commercial lots and residential buildings. So this now, thankfully, after a couple years of research, we finally got to the place we want to be, and we're here. So I'm excited to finally see the blight fee come to fruition.
Thank you, Russell.
Yes, I'm pleased as well. We're all pleased. So I will move 9, resolution number 8145.
Second.
Please
Second.
vote.
The vote reflects.
It worked. Oh, no, it worked.
Go ahead, Diana.
The vote reflects Mayor Pro Tem and City Council voting yes, with Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Toledo excused.
There's a public hearing.
Now is the time and place for a public hearing on item number 14, resolution number 8152, pertaining to the adoption of building fees. Staff has requested that the public hearing be continued to December 10th, 2019 at 6 p.m. pursuant to Government Code Section 54955.1. I will make the motion to continue the public hearing on resolution number 8152 to December 10th, 2019 at 6 p.m. in the City Council chambers.
Second.
There a second?
Yes, second.
Please vote.
The vote reflects Mayor Pro Tem and City Council voting yes, with Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Toledo excused.
Item number 16 was pulled before the meeting by the city attorney, as 4 votes are required for an urgency ordinance to pass.
Wait.
That's true?
urgency ordinances require
you're-
4 out of 5
yeah.
votes. There's only 3 people here.
Right. No, you're right. We're just, yeah.
Well, just for the may I, Madam?
Please,
President? Just for the public, right? This was the ordinance that it was an emergency ordinance that we were going to try to stop all the evictions that has been happening in the city of Hawthorne, because some of the landlord is evicting people before January 1st, because the state is going that bill that was passed by Governor Newsom that was going to restrict some of the eviction and also put a cap on the rent. So and actually, when you see all the cities, even Redondo Beach voted on November 12th recently for emergency moratorium on the eviction and rents. The city of LA, the county of Los Angeles. So Hawthorne, we were trying to do the same thing because some of these landlords trying to abuse the current law, so they would evict people before December 31st, so then they would not be in trouble in January 1st. So unfortunately, we would need one more council person in this chamber to vote on that item. So that basically is going to be continued until December 10th. So sorry about that.
Through the chair, I do want to make a mention on this topic. So just like the blight fee, when I made that campaign promise 4 years ago, and we delivered it now to help the residents, finally, I don't really get outspoken much, but I think this kind of, I would say, pisses me off just a bit when it's something that we're doing for the residents, and that's why you see myself and Montero, we were shocked when, we would need the 4 votes, and Russell is correct, because it's an urgency, we do. The fact that we don't have 4 members present for something that is simply meant for the residents during a holiday season where you don't want to see a family living paycheck to paycheck and barely paying for food, now wondering if they can sleep at home during the Christmas break. I'm speechless at the fact that for these 2 items, you would expect an entire council to be here pushing.
Yep.
You don't decide when and choose what items you want to back up for your residents. And again, I don't usually talk that much, but on these 2 separate items, I'm sorry, that's lack of leadership. Because these are the 2 things that the residents kept asking for the past 4 years I've been on this council. I don't know. No, it's the next one.
Okay, now, I think now we're at the point where we're ready to discuss the city council's discussion action items.
City manager consent.
Oh, city
Through the chair.
manager, your
Yeah.
consent calendar,
Yeah, I
please.
have 2 items on my consent calendar for your approval.
I move.
Second.
Please vote.
The vote reflects Mayor Pro Tem and City Council voting yes, with Mayor Vargas and Councilmember Toledo excused.
Do we have any city council discussion action items?
No. No.
None? All right, then elected officials' reports and recommendations.
Oh, nothing.
Councilmember Awad?
Thank you very much, Mayor Pro Tem. Wanted to thank the resident coming out. For those watching at home, we had the turkey giveaway with Earth Cafe today, which was a wonderful event to have. Thank you, PD, for coming out, and the council members that came out as well. The other big event, too, is I think December 14th. There's the Christmas Santa Scroll. Chief Ishii, what was the exact name, if you can remember the name? For the Great Santa
That's-
Santa stroll or
That's the Michaels, right?
yeah, the Michaels. I think it's
Yeah.
the Great Santa Claus Stroll.
Stroll.
Something like that, where the whole idea is, so it's kind of trying to break a world record. So the idea is if we can have 10,000 individuals dressed up in Santa Claus outfits for autism in Hermosa Beach, it would really, it's supposed to be a fundraiser. So the fact that we would break that world record would not only put Michaels on the spot, but the amount of funding that the school would get to help these children would be phenomenal. People ask me, why do I care so much? My brother is also used to be part of the program when he was younger. If we would have known about it a lot sooner, if there was more of them, then yeah, more people can be helped out. I saw my brother kind of struggle before we knew about these programs even existing. So that's where my heart is if you guys can come out, and I will fund some of these Santa Claus outfits too, especially for the city of Hawthorne. I really want to see the school break the record and help these kids out. Besides that, that's it. Thank you all.
Councilmember Montero?
Thank you, Ms. Valentine. Before I give my report, I would like my colleagues to support on this directive that I'm going to give to the Public Works. On the Dory and 115, that is currently only one stop sign, but car has been flying through that intersection. So I would love to give a directive to the Public Works, maybe to create a four-way stop sign on Dory and 115th Street, please.
Sure.
Can I have a concurring? All right, thank you. All right, so I want to thank the Golden State Water because we were able to do the annual Operation Gobble. They gave the city 28 turkeys, and I did combine the Operation Gobble with the Hawthorne President's Council and Monito Gardens Thanksgiving giveaway. So we were able to donate those 28 turkeys to needy families, and also 200 gift cards to the families to go get their own meat or any product at Ralph Food for Less. So thank you for all the donation, especially from Chevron, and for all of you who went to dinner in October for the community barbecue dinner that we raised about close to $6,000. So to be able to buy those gift cards and of course with Operation Gobble, and December 20th will give a Target card to all the children to go buy their own toys. But Chevron is going to donate some toys, so we'll have those same families, about 200 of them, and so far I have 400 children on the list to receive gift cards and toys. So thank you, all of you, for that support. The census, we vote on an ordinance tonight that will create a complete count committee for the census 2020, and that I know Vaughn from Parks and Recs and Chris Palmer from the planning departments have been involved in the census, and also I've been in contact with the census. So our first meeting for the complete count committee is going to be on December 17 at 3:30 p.m. at the Polaris Room at the Memorial Center. So the complete count committee is going to meet on December 17 at 3:30 at the Polaris Room at the Memorial Center. And the community is all involved. It's all invited, especially the faith-based, the churches, the nonprofits, the city department. Some of you are going to be there. The library, Daniel Granado left, but I'm going to send him an email because I want the community to participate. So we need to count every resident of Hawthorne because, like I said, we have about 90,000 people, but Census 2020 only count 54% of those residents. So we need to at least go for 100% so we can get the federal dollar to come to the city of Hawthorne. So we need that. Like Councilor Darowat mentioned, Michael Place, they did an art show and sale this past weekend. So I stopped by there to see those challenge kids, but they have talent. They create a beautiful art, painting and jewelry. Even I bought some for Miss Love because Miss Love, has been in the hospital, but she has got home 2 hours ago. So she just been discharged, so she's at home. and she's going to still cook the turkey for Thanksgiving, but she's at home. Also on December 18, I know the city is having their Christmas party, but the Monito Gardens, we do the annual, Christmas potluck. As this has been 25 years that Monito Gardens do that potluck at the Hawthorne School District, so you're all invited. And I'll be cooking Portuguese food and West African food. So if you don't want to eat the city food, go eat my food, okay? So I'll be cooking. So go try my Portuguese cuisine. So again, December 18 at noon, 12 o'clock at the Hawthorne School District Boardroom on 141st and Hawthorne Boulevard. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and be safe. And we have a lot of rain coming. So make sure, and they are advising that if you do not need to go out, don't go out, because we're going to have at least 2 to 3 inches of rain, and the wind's going to blow in some areas about 80 miles an hour. So be safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Councilman Awad has a go back.
Yeah, real quick go back. There was one event that we almost forgot to mention about. We held an anti-bullying art contest.
Oh, yes.
Here at City Hall. I think it was our second time doing it here. And it was with the Santanella School, Hawthorne School District. And I mean, some of these stories, we talked about having some of the poems come out so these kids wrote about bullying, and man, it got some of us to tears. And then it was nice to have Montero and myself, I think Mike, share our own personal stories of growing up and our own bullying stories. So it was nice to actually have a very warm, connecting kind of event on anti-bullying. So I just want to applaud the Hawthorne School District for having that kind of contest, supporting anti-bullying, and yeah, amazing.
But it was in collaboration with the Family Justice.
Yes,
so don't mention that.
Nina
Don't forget
Family
that.
Justice Center here in Hawthorne. They just got a new location as well. And they help women in abusive relationships get out of it and give them resources. And so that's where the whole anti-bullying event came from. And then the last thing was
The interfaith.
Huh?
Islamic interfaith. We forgot about that
So
too.
we have that one. Man, it was busy. We were also at the open mosque day, ceremony on Sunday, where they come out, discuss what Islam's about, what the community there does, and then sharing food with us. So that was wonderful.
The Three Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers here at the same time.
Valentine.
Then the last thing is the good. We're calling it the luncheon I have every year at the dealership. Now we're calling it the Good Neighbors Luncheon. It's tomorrow at 1. The entire city's invited, all staff employees. It's just basically our version of saying thank you to staff here and staff at the dealership for just a big, huge Thanksgiving luncheon. So it's at 1 o'clock at Hawthorne Auto Square. Everyone in the audience here is also invited. So feel free to come by and cook. I mean, not cook, eat. I won't be cooking. So yes, the food will be good. But that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Just a couple of additions to that. Congratulations to the Hawthorne Lawndale Ministerial Association for once again putting on a wonderful event that benefited hundreds of seniors and needy families. Everyone was treated to a delicious Thanksgiving meal, complete with pumpkin pie, and truly embodying the city of good neighbors. So many people came, so many residents. I would say there probably were over 200 people there in the auditorium that took advantage of that, and it was such a festive, thankful mood. I think we all enjoyed the company of the seniors and the residents at this festive occasion. I attended yet another grand opening last Friday, that of Navy Federal Credit Union. So this is my third grand opening in Hawthorne in the last 2 months, and more to come this month in December. So Navy Federal Credit Union serves all active duty military, the Department of Defense, veterans, and their families. They've been in business since 1933, and they serve over 8 million members. The advantage of having them in Hawthorne is that our military residents in Hawthorne don't have to travel to Costa Mesa or Long Beach or somewhere else in order to be serviced by a Navy Federal Credit Union. They can be serviced right here in Hawthorne. So that's going to be a wonderful addition to our business community. And my last item is my Hawthorne Business Expo, which will be coming up January 29th. That's the big date, from 2:30 to 6:30 at the Memorial Center. We have a save the date flyer. I've got some outside, and I'll add more. It gives you all the important information. If you're in business or you're looking to start a business, the Business Expo is for you. We have educational seminars on improving your presence on social media, computer security, cyber liability, building a great website, financing your business, no-cost resources for your business. We will also have an inspirational panel discussion, and you will get all the information you need from our finance director on how to open a business in Hawthorne. And if none of this interests you, we will also have some amazing networking opportunities for you with the many businesses that will be exhibiting that day. Last year, we had 62 exhibitors. This year, we're hoping for even more. So hopefully everyone here will come, and it's free to the public. Thank you all. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Good night.